Hello there! My name is Veronica, creator of Shaboo Prints, and I want to first thank you for watching this. Get ready because together we are going to have a fun and informative experience. Come with me and I will show you the value of your imagination and creativity in these new times. I will share with you my success story and why I've created this experience for you. You will venture on a coloring journey with me and begin to open your super imagination. You will see with fresh eyes where you are and where you should be. And I will guide you through the exciting features of an additional innovative experience called Your New Odyssey. I'll meet you at the Shaboo Prints Artist Studio and let's begin! Hiya! I'm so excited you're here. You must feel that imagination and creativity are important, like I do. That's why our time together will be spent unconventionally. This is not a webinar. You see, standards and norms and convention may be actually playing a big role in why you may be feeling stuck right now, creatively blocked, a little confused, even dead-ended. So we're going to leave stale words and ideas like webinar and symposia and boardroom out of this. Here, we're going to free ourselves from convention. We're going to have bigger considerations, and heck, we're even going to travel to colorful, wild worlds. You will get a real taste of your super imagination. We will have fun, feel connected, and find new pathways to your next breakthrough. You are creative. We're all creative. And for most of us, due to the many changes that are happening in the world today, are needing to expand our potential. Maybe you feel creatively stuck, or need some product development, or just need a new successful idea in this new context. This new context, did you know that today is being referred to as the new Renaissance? Which means that your imagination and creativity are your 21st century moneymakers. Gone are the days that imagination and creativity are soft business topics. So let's be at the forefront together of busting century-old dusty myths such as starving artists, play is for kids, only in your dreams, and real work. I'm going to prove that your imagination and creativity will open new revenue. You can be imaginative, creative, playful, positive, kind, and make lots of money. Our most beloved influencers are those who are out of the box, kind, and generous. Everyone is looking for something new, and the future wants more of what you've got but haven't yet produced. And you know there's more in you. But in order to do that, we must first let go and move away from the way it was and into and expand towards our new potential. And here's a good question. How do you connect on the creative level where ideas such as Uber and iPhone and the everlasting gobstopper come from? How do you get to that level of genius where it connects with you again? Well, I'll show you soon, but first let me say this. Having more imagination and creativity in your life will help you envision characters, storylines, just have new ideas. It will help you conceive of new applications, new strategies, new product ideas. You will be able to reach greater levels of personal success and experience ear-wiggling innovation. You will be able to see new revenue streams, find new ways to work. It will help you become more of an influencer or industry leader, and you will have more fun doing it all. And did you know that play is the most powerful portal through which creativity flows? Yeah, so we're gonna play. So let's now connect. I am a creativity expert. I am an inventor, an innovator, product manufacturer, artist, writer, storyteller, and I use unconventional amounts of imagination and creativity to help me make successful life and business choices, invent new products, and grow my award-winning international business. And I've never had more fun or fulfillment. Conventionality for me only got me so far before I started to feel very dissatisfied. I knew I had more creativity in me and even a destiny to explore, but I felt stuck. I found myself living a very unfulfilling reality. I wasn't happy with my personal life, my professional life, and I found myself breaking down in frustration quite a bit on the weekends before starting my work week. The feelings of frustration and dissatisfaction and unfulfillment for me became so acute that one day I decided, you know what, I've got nothing left. I'm going to follow my heart, what I really want to do. I've got nothing left. And so I started to envision a future that allowed me more freedom of expression. And it was that imagining and envisioning that eventually gave me the courage to become an entrepreneur and establish Shaboo Prints. Once I founded Shaboo Prints, I then used my imagination and creativity to create our signature storytelling products. Like I said, I'm a storyteller and a writer and a designer. And so I started writing short stories. I created some really amazing characters and narrative images and produced some really fun greeting cards. But I imagined how I could help the cards come more alive, which helped me then see QR code technology. At that time, QR codes were new. No one was applying them the way I imagined, but it made so much sense to use them. It was the obvious next step. So I animated my stories, embedded the stories into the QR codes, put the QR codes onto our cards, and Shaboo Prints was the first in the industry to create award-winning storytelling cards. But it didn't stop there. I continued to imagine and envision how other products could come alive and further blur the worlds of the animated Shaboo stories with other products, which helped me see and recognize new technologies. And I got especially excited about augmented reality and started using that to make my products come alive. I then worked with the software company to bend the technology to fit the shape of various products. And voila, we came up with our storytelling lamps. I never designed a lamp before, and I did have plenty of production challenges, but I trusted what I had envisioned, which gave me the perseverance to innovate. All of this was a result of my imagination and creativity, and that resulted in Shaboo Prints winning a Visionary Award amongst established bigger brands and gaining lots of helpful public relations as an innovative company. Now, the great thing about being able to access greater levels of imagination and creativity is that the ideas never stop. So using my imagination and creativity, I developed a very successful online program, helping other entrepreneurs and creatives expand their public profile and create new video products using their signature creative expression. The material that those participants made as a result of the exercises I created were so good that they were marketable.
Hi. As a business consultant and coach, I've done a lot of public speaking, training, webinars. So when Veronica's program came up, I just really resonated with her and her approach, knew I'd have fun, knew I'd stretch and explore different expressions and, take on skills that I could immediately apply into my life and business. There were jaw-dropping moments of seeing people step out and shine and really transform. Veronica herself is a master facilitator and this wonderful guide in nudging this expression out in people. So I can't recommend it highly enough. I would really encourage you to step in. I swear you will not regret it.
Hi, this is Heidi of Ascending Heights Enterprises.
Veronica has an amazing gift and ability at coaching people and inspiring others to reach for their success. And now, after taking Veronica's program, I'm having so much fun being creative and being able to spread my word and get my brand out as well. I feel so much gratitude for Veronica, and I think only great things are going to come from this.
And a few words from Shelley. I've only scratched the surface of my own capabilities using imagination and creativity. I'm growing my creative genius daily because I have developed some unique methods that help me expand into it, and I want to share them with you. I am passionate about helping others reconnect with their imagination and creativity using some powerful methods I discovered on my own path. You don't have to go the long route to reconnect with your creativity like I did. I have really effective methods. You see, when people use lower levels of imagination and creativity, they experience more procrastination and insecurity, an inability to finish projects because there just simply isn't enough energy for them, and then feelings of failure and defeat, an inability to create something new, increased stress and unsustainable work situations, subpar work quality, and doing more busy work and less leading and discovery, feeling more work dread, and finding themselves in something that I call career corner or feeling dead-ended. I experienced all of these for decades, and I want to help you not feel these. This is not where you should be. I'm really good at building safe space for people to creatively stretch away from all of that, to explore with trust outside of familiarity. I know how to comfortably nudge you to new potential. I know how to provide enough guidance and tools for you to discover your own uniquely distinct expression. This is not about doing things my way. I facilitate your own experience. It's about your freedom of expression, not mine or anyone else's. Let me give you an example. I will now share with you a sneak peek of one of the many methods I have created to help you easily access your imagination and creativity. I will share with you one episode from the middle of a multi-episode product that you can do in a couple of ways. No matter which way you prefer to participate, you will have an imaginative experience. You may want to pause this video now to download and print your free coloring page so that you can color journey along with me. Or sit back and relax and allow me for the next 20 minutes to take you by the proverbial hand as we travel away from convention towards the far out plane of your imagination and creativity. so here's where we left off. Today I'd like to do this big, beautiful boot back here. I think it'll be fun. So let us begin with first contemplating this inspirational message. Maturity is when we accept our birth-given shoes, which we discover are hard to fill with anyone else. The great thing about maturity, at least for me, is that I'm learning to accept who I am wholly more and more every day. I'll start with a little cowboy brown on the strap. This is a fun little quick tight area. So I hold my breath while I draw the color down into this tight shape. How important is it for you to stay inside the lines? I don't mind going outside of the lines. I prefer the process. It's a great opportunity for me to practice allowing things as they are. Whew, there. I'll take that brown now down to the heel. Nice, large, fun area. Even with a large, fun area, I begin with a tight outline, which will essentially give me permission to safely go hog wild with my strokes later. It's kind of like life, isn't it? If you take care of the fundamental things we need to do, if we take care of our fundamental responsibilities, it actually frees us up for more security and joy and play. There's a beautiful mix, isn't there, in life? Responsibility and play. You see, I'm just about to finish the outline so that I can now just go absolutely bonkers with my color. Like an open field, running, cartwheeling, jumping, rolling, skipping, hopping. Oh, the freedom coloring gives to the soul. How do you see this moment? Do you see the brown expanding or the white shrinking? It's always in how you see it. Let's add a chocolatey gray to the neck of the boot as the background. And we'll later select a beautiful color for the foreground decorative elements. These are a lot of little tight areas here, which is kind of nice and new since we went crazy in the big wide space of the heel. This takes a different application, a different mindset, doesn't it? A different level of focus. Just like being indoors right now, which requires a different level of focus. That's all. The same kind of focus that is required of me to apply color to these tighter areas. Yes, now I can exhale a little bit. Wonderful. There, now let's go down and continue the color on the lower part. This is a pretty easy shape right in through here, like a bubble. A little more breathing room for my pen in this area, which is nice, but then we want to get right down in here. Oh, that's all it takes, isn't it? A little bump of the hand. But that's okay. We love the process. All the lumps and bumps are good as is. Just like life. Lumps and bumps. But the entire process is absolutely miraculous. I notice my hand is more steady when I allow it freedom. When I have to very carefully go around an edge, I have to make my muscles tight. And it actually makes my hand less steady, really. Isn't that interesting? It isn't that the way with life, is that I think we are meant to be free. But there are times that do require us to have structure, purpose, responsibility, so that we can have those moments of complete freedom and steadiness. But without one, there isn't the other. It's so important, especially now, for us to look at our lives for the ratio that we have between freedom and structure. Isn't that right? And how important each one is, and the quality of the health of our life and the productivity of our life depends on a healthy mix of each. Using both structure and freedom, that part's done. There. Now we'll go to the right side of the boot, where the process of successfully combining structure with play continues. Oh, this boot might be in the back behind other shoes, but that does not diminish its beauty. Its beauty, like our beauty, whether it's seen or not, is a constant truth. And what a nice tidy space this is. Boom. The shape and the movement here, it's like spilling down like water of color. So organic, some of these shapes. And here we get to color in a nice patch. That felt good. Here's some more arcing, organic, downward movement, like a flowing river downward. Almost seems like these other spaces could be rocks within the river as we let the color just spill on down. And this could either be a whirlpool in a tide pool onto the side, or a cresting wave of color coming up. And this shape almost reminds me of like a deer's back leg, how the knee projects backwards, and here's maybe down here where the hoof would be. It's just like clouds, isn't it? You look long enough, you'll start to see shape. That's the power of the mind, to suddenly start to fill the unknown with something familiar. How would you feel if you had experienced an unknown that wasn't familiar? Perhaps like a time like now. Not being able to create a feeling of familiarity in this time can increase stress. But with time and experience, anything unfamiliar eventually becomes familiar, which means there's nothing we can't learn to emotionally navigate. Let's now color in the hard wooden heel of the boot. Ah, the heel. What a wonderful, sensible space this is, isn't it? And yet it needs to be. The heel needs to be strong and solid and take blow after blow, the weight of our walk, and to support our foot. And so it makes sense that since a functional portion of the boot would have this very practical, solid space to fill, we go from practical to decorative. So let's now start coloring in the adornment of the boot. And I've chosen a nice soft pink, which I think would look good against the contrast of the earthy brown gray. And here we have to get really focused. I love this color against the gray brown. It's almost as if spring comes to life from winter, like the cycle. Interesting how there's always contrasts put next to each other, isn't there? Even in the cycles of spring and seasons. I think it's normal, and I think it's a sign of balance. One way then the other, one way then the other. And so we can remember that if we feel fear or worry or doubt right now, it swings back and forth. we are in a state of fear and doubt and worry, soon it will swing back to happiness, security, contentment. If we just stay together, hold hands, and endure the winters, we will soon, literally, enter the spring. It is a law of nature that there will always be new life. So let's focus on that fact as this beautiful pink color rises like a sprouting vine up from the soil towards the sun. Up towards the sky. And with that, let's celebrate with beautiful teal as the trim, representing the sky as this beautiful pink sprout moved its way up from the soil towards the open air. In my mind, I can see dandelion seeds floating through the air. For right now, I feel so good I want to run with my arms open. Just run. This almost makes me feel like I'm looking at the sky from underneath an awning, from the shoe above it. It feels more like a sunshade, and I can see between the curtains the clear blue sky that's out there. You see how with imagination your soul can soar. And your soul doesn't know the difference between the reality your eyes see and the reality imagination creates. Let's break out into this wide open space and let your soul feel the freedom away from the confinement into the open, wide, clear skies, and drink in the color and imagine the wind through your hair as you soar above with your arms open wide. And I'm looking up at you with a big, wide smile, watching you fly. Ever so gently and slowly, you come down, 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 and land beside me. Come on over here. Let's add some depth. A little contour shading on the side of the boots, right, and now the left side. And back to the right in the earthy brown section. go down to the hard leather heel portion of the boot and just add a little depth, a little highlight. The strong, supportive heel deserves a little shine too. Let's add a few soft dots to the brown chocolate area on the right side to simulate the dimples of leather. And I'll hop over to the left and just put a few very faint dots to add some features, details, bring it alive. And let's add a little highlight to the pink decor, to the pink stitching, as if the threads had a slight sheen to them. Voila! Let's add a few leather dimples to the teal area. Look at that! I enjoyed our imaginary travels together. I like to follow up each exercise with a little nudging just to take you a little deeper. So let me ask you this. During the coloring journey you just experienced, did your mind kick up and question what was going on? If so, that's good. That's a sign that you were moving away from conventionality. And together we can work at strengthening your trust for innovation. If your mind didn't kick up any negativity, that's good too, because that means you are primed for imaginovation, which is super imagining, and that you are ready to reconnect with your creative genius. And this is just the tip of your iceberg. Exercises like this are fun and very effective. They will help decrease the feelings we mentioned earlier and increase you feeling on point, hot with new ideas, playful, decisive, capable, innovative. You will be better at your problem-solving skills. You will have more energy, and you will exist more in discovery mode. And here's the fun part for me, is with that, it will inevitably bring you more success. You will be able to see new revenue streams. You will have new product ideas. You will be able to see new potential partnerships. You will uncover new and better ways to operate or do something. You will have so many opportunities that you will feel as if you don't have enough time to do them all, and the joy for what you do will return. That's where you should be. Imagination and creativity has been intellectualized out of us. So in order for me to bypass your mind so that I can open your heart so that your creativity can flow, I use experience so that you can feel. Consider how your creative genius would grow if you and I together could stretch your imagination and creativity using my proven methods and my comfortable nudging for 8 weeks. I am excited for what's next for you. That's why I created an 8-week transformative experience. This is not an arts and crafts program. As a matter of fact, I'm not fond of the word program either, because this is an experience that I call your new Odyssey. I use video and my effective exercises and my nudging and other technology and real products to help move you through 4 phases in 8 weeks. In weeks 1 and 2, you will learn what Imaginovation is and what it requires. You will meet my creative muse, an animated assistant, and my avatar, who will help me guide you through your experience. You will be orientated at all of the moving parts of your new odyssey, and you will begin to see signs of your own creative genius. In weeks 3 and 4, we will safely stretch you outside of conventionality and work together to identify any resistance to it. You will connect more deeply to your greater levels of creativity and learn to use your imagination in far out ways. You will experience what it is like to be open again to your greater creative genius. And I guarantee that you will have higher levels of enthusiasm and energy for your possibilities. Welcome back to your happy place. In weeks 5 and 6, we will strengthen your imagination at a depth at which your genius and innovation will flow for you. You will know this because you will experience it. You will engage in more abstract forms of imagination, and you will learn to know the difference when you are creatively expanded and closed. And in weeks 7 and 8, we will prepare you for your future. We will give you tools so that you can more easily access your imagination and creativity after your new odyssey. You will also experience applications of creativity, product development, and new technology as examples of innovation. And lastly, you will discover and take home your own muse to serve as your creative trigger going forward. And here are a few more details of what your new odyssey will provide. You will reconnect with and use the power of play. Play is the most powerful portal through which imagination and creativity flows. Without deep, abandoned play, you are accessing only a small percentage of your capabilities. You will receive 8 weeks of innovative experiences. If you liked the coloring journey you just experienced, you will love the sublime coloring odysseys. You will get hours of transformative fun divided into each week. You will deeply experience the creative freedom of your far out imagination and creativity, so expect an impact. You will enter never before seen realms and communicate with fantastic and wise characters who know your real truths, your real dreams, and your real destiny. You will learn to imaginovate. Imaginovation is a proprietary access way to your creative genius. This is not about skimming the surface of possibility. This is about deep diving abandon. You will learn to super imagine new ideas, products, pathways, anything you want so that you can move again towards your greater potential and what's next. If you're a storyteller, and everyone has a story to tell, you will love the graphic PDFs that provide additional fun exercises and easy reference tips. You will receive a variety of Shaboo products valued at $67, used throughout your new odyssey. They are fun, useful, and effective in your own quest for your imagination and creativity. You will get 4 sessions with me in a live group. This is where we can dig deeper into some issues face to face. So we can talk about any resistance there may be during the exercises. We can talk about revelations and contemplations. This is a great time to bring any new ideas, or if you want non-judgmental good feedback. This is a time when I will also be growing my creative genius alongside you. You can also meet and be inspired by your fellow participating Imaginovators. And you will have lifetime access to the Imaginovation Laboratory. If you were looking for a new, non-competitive, non-judgmental community, well, you're now in one. It is a new online community of Imaginovators. This is a great place for you to share new ideas, get supportive feedback. You will not be critiqued unless you ask for it. You can bask in the creative genius of others. It's a great place to network and meet other fellow thought leaders. And you will have lifetime online access to me too. I am very proud to offer this unique 8-week experience. So let me recap again some of the tangible results that you can expect from your new Odyssey. You will learn how to imaginovate or super imagine. You will experience your creative genius. You may have that creative breakthrough because you won't feel stuck. You may come up with your next storyline or character or product idea. You will have increased energy for the work that you do. You will have a lifetime membership in the Imaginovation Laboratory, a new online community that is supportive and creative. You may discover new personal and professional pathways or applications for your skills. You will have a mind-blowing life experience. You will receive a variety of Shaboo products, and you will know when you are working outside of convention in your genius mode and when you're not. This is where you should be. If you're still here, it's because you know that imagination and creativity hold keys to your next and greater success, and that growing your creative genius is an asset for your future, and you'd be right. A recent study by Harvard Business reported that 98% of us are born with creative genius, but that by adulthood, only 2% of us use it. Do you see an opportunity here like I do? No matter what industry or business you are in, accessing greater levels of imagination and using your creative genius will make you rise. If you start your new Odyssey today, I will gift you another episode of a relaxing and powerful coloring journey, yours to keep, to get you immediately on the path before the 8-week program starts to your imagination and creativity. Historically, your mind has gotten all of the attention, but it is your heart, which is expressed through your imagination and creativity, that is the key to your next win. Will you join me in your new Odyssey? Say yes to extraordinary work quality. Say yes to ingenious new ideas and new success with your next click.